This is Chijo again. Now, what I'm going to be doing is loading up a bunch of videos related to comic books and creating a playlist especially for comic books. And what I wanted to do is to give you a heads up as to what the videos are that are coming and what some of the videos might be in the future that will be loaded on, right? Now, in regards to comic books, I've been a collector for 25 plus years now. I've even had a little stint as a publisher, and I've even done finishes on pages before the comics went to print. So comic books have been a pretty big part of my life. I've got a nice comic book collection, and I've spent many moons, many hours reading comic books and thoroughly immersing myself into their universe, right? So I figured I'd share some of that joy with you, right? Just share some of my collection and what I know of comic books, whatever I know of comic books, as much as I can, anyway. And the reason this idea, the way this concept came to me was because I needed to make an introductory series for economics, for the language of mathematics and math in real life. And one thing I wanted to do was, just talk about some of the basics, right? Graphing, price fluctuations, short term, long term, investing, and so on and so forth, right? And I figured, and I have figured, basically the best way to go about this is do a little introductory series on the economics of comics. And this is going to be coming, we're going to put this together once we've got enough material for the syntax of the language of mathematics to be able to apply it in the real world, right? Now, until we get to that point, what I wanted to do is get the ball rolling on this. So I've put together some videos that are being loaded on YouTube, and there will be future videos coming on as well. The first 6 videos, or 6 of the videos, they're going to be loaded on random. 6 of the videos right now are going to be sitting down with me and doing readings. We're going to look at 6 anthologies, and we're going to pick a story, basically one story usually, for 5 of them anyway. We're going to pick one story from each and read them, and that'll give you an idea of the range of comic books, at least a little bit anyway, that we have. Now, 3 of the anthologies that I'm loading on are from the Golden Age, late Golden Age, or Golden Age, and early Silver Age. And 3 of the anthologies are from the late Bronze Age to early Silver Age, from the 1980s and 90s. Okay. As for what they are, we're going to be reading Jingle Jangle number 18 from 1945. We're going to be reading Mystic number 6 from 1952. We're going to be reading Jackie Gleason and the Honeymooners number 12 from 1958. Okay. As for the more modern comics or Bronze Age, we're going to be reading Primer number 2 and Primer number 5, the first appearance of Grendel and the first appearance of the Max. And we're going to be reading Creatures of the Id, which is the first appearance of Madman, which are basically the last 3 the most important characters created through independent publishing in the last, well, in comic book history, really. They're 3 of the major characters that have been introduced independently in the comic book realm. Okay, and 3 of these books are behind me right now. That's Primer number 2, that's Primer number 5, and this Mystic number 6, the reflection you see on the glass. So those are 6 of the readings that we're doing for the anthologies. There's also going to be 3 videos being loaded on how I frame comic books. And I got my hands on some frames, and I decided to rotate some of the comic books I had in the frames, and 2 of the frames anyway. So ended up, I figured might as well video it and share it with you guys. One of them is we framed Daredevil number 1. Okay, and that's the first appearance of Daredevil from 1964, I think. And then we ended up framing primary number 2 and primary number 5, and ended up framing Mystic number 6, and the other one is a 1945 comic, which is Punch Comics number 14. Okay, now 2 of the videos have me commenting and having a little commentary going. I couldn't stop talking for some reason, and one of the video framings is just framing without commentary. Okay, so those are the videos that are going to be loaded up in this first batch, and there will be future videos coming regarding comic books. Maybe doing more readings. I might decide to, you know, rotate the comics through again. If I ever decide to take these comics out, those are all EC comics from the 1950s or so. But those guys, EC Comics, I absolutely love, so I like looking at those. But I might pull those out, and I think most of them are anthologies, so might have a read through a couple of stories from each, or one story from each. Okay. One more thing I wanted to mention is regarding the readings. Now, I usually don't read out loud. I'm a slow reader. Sometimes I read words backwards. Sometimes I read words that aren't there. Okay, when I read comic books, I, you know, read, and then there might be major pauses because I read a little and I look at the imagery, and then I go back to where I'm reading or pick up a little bit earlier to let the information sink in, right? You know, I'm not the best reader in the world, and I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, so please be patient if I'm not being very accurate in my reading and you find mistakes. This is sort of new to me. I don't read out loud, but I really wanted to share the beauty of comic books with you, and figured I'd, you know, produce some of these videos. But hopefully, just like anything, I will improve with time and become more accurate in what I'm reading and how I'm presenting these comics to you. Okay, and that's about it. I hope you enjoy those videos, and any of you that are interested in taking a look at some of the comics I have in my collection, I went through some long boxes and pulled some stacks there behind me, and I took 3 of the short boxes that I have in my collection and brought them out here, and we'll take a look at some of the comics I have in my collection in the next video, and hopefully you do enjoy. And for those of you that are following me, that are subscribed to my channel for the ASMR videos, almost all these videos have a serious ASMR slant to them, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.